Hi, this is Melissa Garza for another episode of Be Inspired. And in today's episode, I wanted to talk about an experience that happened to me a long time ago. Probably when I was like, I would say maybe about 19, 20, perhaps. At that time, I was actually checking out different churches and going to different places at that time, and was always kind of curious about what different religions had to offer. And I went to the Church of Religious Sciences in Fullerton. That's what I'm recalling. And I remembered I actually had a very interesting experience at the church. I don't think I've ever had one that has ever um, been similar to this experience that I've ever had, but it was very interesting. It was a very nice congregation, a very nice initial service with the reverend speaking. It was a female, as I remember. And they had brought a musical guest up to sing, who sings for the church all the time. And she sang her song, and people in around were singing with her, and she just stopped all of a sudden at her singing, and she goes, "Why are you guys singing with me? You guys don't even know the words. I wrote this song by myself. Nobody else, none of you ever did this." I was like shaken back. I was like, "You're in a church and you just yelled at the congregation?" Like, I have never experienced anybody do that before at any church that I've ever been to. Um, had the not even the decency. It was completely rude behavior, and it was even more shocked to me to see how the reverend, how they came back and just kind of blew it off and acted like it was like nothing. It was just such a strange experience that I was a part of, that I feel like it's always touched my life. And I've been in situations too when you feel the music, you feel something, and you compelled to sing along, even if you don't know it. Like, you feel like you just know it. It's a part of you. So, it's kind of interesting. I think she was trying to make a point as to, maybe she was um, her own God in a sense. I mean, we're all our own gods in a sense. But I don't know. It's just really interesting. She was like, I did this. There's no way that you can claim it. And I found that very fascinating. Is because when we create, even though somebody created something, it's all something that we're shared and that we have an experience together. So just to see that was, I don't know, it's probably one of my like top 10 to top 15 things, maybe top 10 things that I've seen in my entire life, that is always kind of like I've thought back again and I was like, really, did this just happen? It was very strange. So in this episode, like, I kind of just wanted to like talk about, have you ever had something strange that happened to you that kind of maybe changed your way you perceive something? Or even if like, not even just the strangeness about it, but just kind of our collective consciousness, how we all come together, and we come together to serve and to be and to praise God, or sing songs together, and just be creating in a space where we're all happy and joyful, and just to see something like that happen. But I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's just one of these strange stories, and I guess that's kind of what the biggest thing is, that we're all so connected, but yet we find ways or people that say that we're not connected. And I mean, I don't know if anybody else in that church who was there that day ever thinks about that experience. But that was definitely one that I found shocking. I mean, how could anybody do that in a church, for goodness sakes? I mean, it was a full on yell. That was very shocking to me, and very not very nice. I'll put it that way. So, but anyways, I did talk to you yesterday about doing my Sharpie art, so I wanted to. I haven't done the electric boots yet, but I will be doing them. But this is a jacket that I worked on. And I have different things that I put on my jacket. Enlightenment here, and independence. I put abundance on my jacket. I'm kind of looking at the picture here, but it's just so many things. I'll stand up so you can see the back. But I got my little things there. I love it. It's fun when I go out sometimes and I wear the jacket. I definitely get some people saying to me like, "Hey, cool jacket." Like, well, I'm like, "Thanks." But it's just something that interesting to I don't know. It's just something fun to do, and you get creative and put some words on something, or draw, or I don't know, just put your passion into something. You know, kind of get yourself out of your head for a few moments in life. But I definitely wanted to share you. I guess I could do this too. Like you could see it like this way too. Perception. That's kind of what I talked about today. Perception. It was really this event. It really changed my perception of things. Really, that was for sure. Kind of shifted the balance for sure in that one. It was a social moment. That was for sure. So we're all very social creatures. I just think it's best to see, you know, how we're gonna end up going and being and what we're gonna turn into in this life and what we're gonna learn in these moments that we're together. But I appreciate this time that I get to spend with you and telling you a little bit more about my journey, unveiling a little bit more things to you, and just keeping you posted about things that have been going on. So I really appreciate you for listening, and thanks again for tuning in. And if you have any strange stories, like I said, go ahead and, you know, put something out there. Say what you got to say, you know. I mean, who knows? I feel, oh, there's one thing I definitely think. I feel that since doing this, like, is the strangest thing. I've been practicing it more and more, and I feel like I've been getting a little bit more comfortable with it as the time has progressed. And it's kind of interesting to see that because I see it definitely in the videos, and I see how I have progressed in my videos. And it's just really interesting to me to just, I don't know, just watch the progression and see how I get a little bit more comfortable and seeing how I'm changing a little bit more in front of the camera. So, anyways, I thank you, and I'm so blessed. I'm going to say I wrote a little blurb for this today for my playlist. But you know, it's just this is an experiment to me. It's really a series to talk about events, people, things that have really are just shifting me on my journey. And it's all about really. I feel like it's so much about the journey. It's really about the journey because when you get to the things or you feel like you complete the task that you've been waiting your whole life to complete. Like I worked 8 years for a 20-minute film, and then you know is so much to see once that film was done that you know I was like, what am I going to do next? What's happening from here? This all it was cracked up to be, you know, and it kind of really I don't know, made me gun shy in a sense, like getting started another film again. But I definitely maybe have some hopes for something, but we don't know at this point, meaning me and my higher self and who else. But you know, we're going to see what expands and what comes to be, at least with this series, and maybe what comes in the future for me. So I will definitely keep you posted, and have a wonderful, blessed day. Namaste. Thank you.